Hey guys, how are you doing? It's me Lily, and today I want to make a video on what mistakes I made in the past when growing tomato plants. And as you can see here, I've already have sown some of my own tomato plants into these cups here. And I do this every year because I really love growing tomatoes, and the plants are actually really expensive, so I'm growing my own. But in the past I've made a couple of mistakes, which is halting or slowing down the growth of tomatoes. So what I've done in the past is I've put some soil into the green trays here, and then I've put some seeds into the trays, and it was working, of course, and most people do that. But every time you have to transplant a seedling, it's going to have a growth shock, and this is going to slow down the growth, and it feels like that the plant needs like 2 weeks until it's growing again. So now I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm directly sowing the seeds into the bigger cups already. So as you can see, I've sown in many seeds into many cups already, and I'm using an extra greenhouse inside of the greenhouse so that the seedlings keep extra warm. Actually, we have one more pot that I want to sow today. So what I do is I just make a small hole into here, and then I take out one of my seeds. Okay, let's sow one more San Marzano pelati tomato. These are great for making pasta sauce. I take like 2 or 3 seeds, put it in the hole and then close it. And this is it. So now we just need to water this one. Let's put it here. So this is what I did to all of the other cups. I directly sow the seeds into bigger containers, so then we don't have a transplanting shock when it comes to the seedling, and then we can directly plant it into here or into the raised beds that I have outside. So if you sow directly into the bigger cups instead of using these seed trays, you will get an advantage in growth, and that also means that you will have tomatoes earlier. So I expect to have tomatoes earlier by at least 2 weeks. Yeah, and here in this tray I have sown some salad. Now with the salad, it's not so important to directly sow it into bigger cups because the salad has a short vegetation period. So I don't care if it needs like 1 week more until I can harvest the salad. So this is not so important for me. But because tomatoes have a long vegetation period, every week counts, right? Now in here I've sown some strawberries, and they're also germinating already. That's great. Yeah, and this is pretty much it for the greenhouse. I still have a little bit of salad or lettuce here and here. This one is arugula, and I now want to harvest it. And then also what I want to do is this year I'm going to grow tomatoes right here at this side, and I want to directly sow them into the raised bed, so there's no transplantation at all inside of the greenhouse. Also what I've done is I've planted strawberries inside of the greenhouse, because inside you will get strawberries 3 weeks earlier than outside, and that's great, so you can increase your harvest time of strawberries, right? So inside I get the strawberries earlier, and once these strawberries stop producing, the ones outside will start producing. Yeah, then also here I have planted some thyme, and we need a lot of thyme for cooking and also for our self-made or homemade pasta sauce. And then here outside I have strawberries, more strawberries. Then this is the kale from last year. And yeah, then also I have planted all of my blueberries into this raised bed, and I covered it with needles, pine needles and so on, and they will keep the soil sour. Then here I've made a new raised bed, and this is where I want to plant tomatoes this year. Yeah, then also some of my raspberries have died, So I have to plant one more plant here. Also, I have made a new trellis for the raspberries. So this is really nice now, professional. Yeah, I need one more raspberry here. The other plants are doing great. And I had one here which died, so this is already a replacement. But yeah, other than that, I'm really looking forward for the new season, so it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to grow a whole lot of plants because it has become really, really expensive if you go to the grocery store. So my plan is to use all of the space that I have and grow many, many veggies and fruits. And also lettuce. Lettuce is extremely expensive, so we grow our own. Yeah, and this is my seed box this year. Okay, so these are the tomatoes that I'm growing this year. This is a cocktail tomato. This is a salad tomato, medium size. I love it. It's very resistant against rain. San Marzano for tomato sauce. It's the first year that I'm growing this one and this one. Then also, this is the first time that I'm growing the tomato Jani, Berner Rose. This is Ochsenherz. It looks like a heart. And then Moneymaker. It's very similar to Hellfrucht, but it makes a little bit of a better harvest, and also it's very resilient against the rain, so you can plant it outside. And then I got this red cavern tomato. First time that I'm growing it, so it looks really nice. Yeah, so these are the tomatoes that I'm experimenting this year, and I hope that we get a good harvest. Yeah, last but not least, I would like to give you an update on the bee hotel. So last year it was really popular. You can see a lot of the holes are closed, and I really do hope that 2 of them are already open again. So yeah, I think now is the time when there will be some baby bees coming out of here. They really like it up here too. So I believe that these holes are 8 millimeters, but also the smaller ones are taken by smaller bees. So yeah, that's a really good success, and I love that I can offer bees a home. And also I have this hollow stone here which provides the bees with some water, and I've made sure that it's flat so that the bees, if they fall in, they can clamp out like this. Okay, so I've removed the lettuce, and now I have Hellfrucht, San Marzano, Red Cavern and Moneymaker sown directly in my raised bed. So there's no need for transplanting anymore, and the roots can grow really, really deep into the soil. And I'm really happy about this now, because this is going to bring me at least 2 weeks of advance in growth. And also the roots can grow super deep into the soil, and then you have to water less than if you plant them in a pot. So yeah, the difference between inside and outside is going to be quite tremendously, because outside it's colder, but also outside the plants are coming from the cups here, so they will never grow as deep with their roots than what I'm doing right here.